And we are back. Hello, everybody. I have to adjust something here now because we are actually going to have a different commentator joining me in a few moments. They have to fix a few things. But instead of Boos helping me out, it's going to be Shams, which is going to be pretty darn awesome. But right now we've got Deadlock coming on back in a minute. Shams is just getting back here, but we've got Deadlock coming on again in a few minutes. They did a great job earlier. Really impressed me. I was not expecting that sort of performance, and they just pounded Astro into the ground.
Yeah, I was not really expecting that, especially because everyone in the server knows what was going on. Deadlock was desperate to find a fourth player, and they have just destroyed Astro. Like, I thought it would be close, at least, but...
Yeah, that was a very different match than than I think everybody was expecting. Except maybe Boost. Boost was going all in for Deadlock.
Oh, you still there, Aika?
I'm still here.
Okay.
Okay. Are we having any issues with the video?
Not to me, it appears, but I'm not, watching the stream right now.
All right. Well, people on the stream can certainly tell me if there's something going on. They have enough times in the past.
Yeah.
All right. We're still setting up the room here, so the delay is on my fault.
Yeah.
I've told people a few times that we may have had some disconnection issues. We don't know if it was because of me or not, but it means that Shams has to set up the rooms, and Sham wasn't expecting to do that, so...
Yeah. Please bring a skip intro button for Splatoon 3.
Please. Please, please, please. We are all begging you. I love watching the news, but I don't want to see the news that often.
What I hate is when you have to go on for something at 7, so you hop on at 6:59, then you finish the news, and then multiplayer maps and modes have been updated, and you have to do it again.
Yep. Pearl and Marina sure can talk. To say the absolute very least. So besides Deadlock, our other team is the currently undefeated Outcast Ninjas. Which...
Yeah, I mean, I honestly didn't expect Outcast Ninjas to, still be undefeated, so I'm definitely impressed.
Yeah. We have people in the chat who are rooting for Deadlock. We have people in the chat who are rooting for Outcast Ninjas. I can't watch the screen. I keep getting errors whenever I try and look over and make sure they can see things right. But people are just screaming Deadlock, Outcast Ninjas, Deadlock, Outcast Ninjas. Which, is just what I want to have happen. Because that way we'll have a really close matchup and we'll have some great stuff going on. All right, I'm in the room, so everyone else should be able to get in there.
Wait, you're hosting? Because I don't see you.
Nope, it said I could join you.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
And just letting the captains know that the teams are up. Deadlock. Winter is scary. I mean, there's a lot of scary people on this team. There's Shins, who I would not want to face. There's Jorian, who I would not want to face. There is Winter, who frankly, if I find myself on... Okay, I'm not going to find myself on the other side of Winter because I am still an S+. Sometimes I'm an S. Deadlock is trying to get their team together again. I guess they thought that the semis weren't going to be same day, which we'll give them all a few minutes. We are a little bit early still, and there have been longer delays before. And the semifinal maps and modes are a little bit different than the quarterfinal maps. First, it's a best of 7 set. First stage will be Starfish Rainmaker.
7, yeah.
So
Okay.
we'll definitely see every single mode, and we are finally going to see a Rainmaker match. Starfish Rainmaker. I'm not on a Splatoon team anymore. I was for a while, and my team captain on Squids with Guns absolutely despised everything and anything that had to do with Starfish. I'm not entirely sure why. Starfish Rainmaker, though, is that ending section is such a bottleneck.
Yes. And the thing about any Rainmaker match is it's always going to be either a win in overtime or just a complete rout.
Yeah. Those things, I've seen Rainmaker go into overtime, and my personal favorite, least favorite Rainmaker moment was my team picked up the Rainmaker. It was a solo queue match with 1 second before overtime, and we got the lead with the Rainmaker countdown, had 7 left on it. That was the most stressful experience I've had in a very long time, and I don't want to repeat it. And there have also been Rainmaker matches that I have seen over in less time than it takes to clip something. I've both
Yeah.
sides of that. It's an unfortunate occurrence for both teams in a we were expecting it to go a little bit longer sort of way.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's fun
Now we're
to
just
be on the team that has it happen, but it's also a that certainly happened. We got stomped side for the other team.
Yeah.
After Starfish Rainmaker, we'll have Inkblot Tower Control. Which,
Inkblot Tower. It can be pretty hard to get a complete lockout unless you really know what you're doing.
yeah, that I might be calling it the wrong thing because I don't have the callouts down yet, but the plat where you have the central area naturally where the tower is, and we have everyone trying to get control of that. But the plats where the splatlings and chargers stand, if you get control of that, you can have control of just about anything else you want. There is so little way to recover once the enemy team has control of that area. You have to focus first on getting control of that area and then on the tower. And if you can't get control of that area first, while you're trying to do that, they're just taking away points with the tower. Taking away points.
You're absolutely right.
Yep. All right. Deadlock's a few
One of the
issues,
things that
and
oh, that's not
official
good.
ruling right now is that if they can't get on by the half-hour mark, then they'll forfeit because shenanigans. I don't know exactly what's going on, but considering the amount of subs they've had to get already, there could be any number of problems today. But while they're doing that, let's just keep going down the list of amazing maps we've got, because Inkblot TC goes straight into Skipper Splat Zones.
Yeah. Skipper zones, unlike Inkblot TC, it is quite easy to get a lockout there if you know what you're doing.
Yeah, I've been playing it a lot in solo queue because it is on the rotation this month. And the amount of times that I, just one sharking player, can control the midsection because the other team feeds into me is rather astounding. And that is the real problem with skipper zones, is that you can have the two approaches. Once you have the zone, you can cover both approaches very easily, and it is so easy to feed. The question of whether you divide between the two areas or if you want to try and focus yourself into one section that's always up for debate.
It is, and both players are different they have different strengths. Some do better in groups, others do better when they're split. But it is the more teammates that you have with you is always the better.
Oh, yeah.
Unless, of course, you're out of position. Then you need
Yep.
to get back in position. What are you doing, you idiot?
Yeah, I may have said that word for word a few times.
Yeah, I think every, low to mid level captain has at one point, including me.
Okay. Deadlock's making progress at getting people back. They have 3 players at this point. They're working on getting their 4th back. I hope so. They've got 7 minutes. So
Yeah.
after Skipper Zones, we will have Anchovy Clam Blitz. I hate this. I hate it on just about map
That's
and mode. I hate the propellers. I hate so much about it. It's objectively not bad. There is nothing in particular about anchovy games that is terrible, unlike Moray or a few other things that people seem to universally hate. It's just that you have the propellers restricting so much of your movement in that whenever you try and do things that involve going to the enemy's side, which you have to do in everything but turf war and splat zones. And really, if you want to win, you do it in splat zones. You are yelling to the entire world, "I'm over here! Hey, come splat me!"
yes, and you are absolutely right about that. I don't hate it with as much of a burning passion as you. I would say, my hate is more devoted to just splat zones in general because that mode is just so annoying. It's way too easy to get a lockout on. Unless, of course, your team is trying to get the lockout, then, of course, you get wiped.
Of course.
But I don't hate it with as much of a burning passion. But what I do know is that in clams, there are 2 main paths to get to the basket, and both of those paths are very risky because
Mhm.
if you go on the far right slash left, then you climb, then you are climbing up, and you just have a straight shot while your position is marked the entire time because you have a power clam.
Mhm.
And then on the other hand, you have the propellers, which you can't get up to without shooting at the propeller, which, like you said, says, "Hey everyone, come splat me," and it makes you an exposed target.
Yeah, if you
So there's really no upside in pushing a clam.
Yeah, it's interesting that they chose that. I will say that I do like it for defense in clams because it's entirely possible for one person to guard both sections if there's not a really coordinated push on both sides at once. You can have one person just chill out at the top of that little climbing area on the far right or far left, waiting for somebody to pop up so they can just be splatted before they can actually do anything. Because there is a second when you're vulnerable when you peek your head over. Or you can't shoot while you're climbing. You either have to stop climbing and fall down, or you have to
Yeah.
uh, you either have to stop climbing and fall down, or you have to look at what's going on and say, and risk being immediately splatted. On the other hand, if they're fast enough, they can immediately go and as soon as they hear the propellers, because they make a noise for everything else. They make a noise when the propellers go off, so that you can immediately know someone's going over there. Go over there and defend from that angle.
Yeah, it's really fun to defend on. It makes you work, but at the same time, it's fun.
All right. Looks like Deadlock may have another emergency sub coming in. We may see this yet.
We may see
A
this.
few minutes, I'm
3
hoping so.
minutes,
Come
so it'll
on.
be...
Come on. Okay,
Yeah.
that's 4 of the maps. Those are the 4 maps we are guaranteed to see. But we still have 3 more maps that may come up, and I'm hoping all of them do. First of those, map 5, Wahoo World Splat Zones.
Oh, Wahoo World. Wahoo World is one of the newer maps in the game, and it's also one of the more, it's also one of the, definitely more open maps, similar to Inkblot. And the thing about the rotating platforms, or not the rotating, the ones that are only there at certain times, means it's very hard to come into the zone.
Yep. Honestly, I don't know about it being one of the newer maps because, frankly, I didn't get my copy of Splatoon 2 until well after all of the maps had been introduced and all of the weapons, and they were just refining things and figuring out how badly people hated armor.
Hmm.
Oh, when was I last with Woods with Guns? Someone asked in the chat. Way back in
Whoa!
somebody.
Here,
I think that's their sub. I think that's their sub. Breathe.
that's their sub.
Or that's their sub. We have people joining from Deadlock at last.
Mm-hmm.
When I was last with Squid, I want to say it was December that we last did something, and so I've been out for a little while. May have been January.
Yeah.
Was a low ranking team. We formed up from the Checkpoint 1 server for people who want to get into comps. We had star players with all X ranks or people who, as we played, because we went for about 6 months, one person started off with 0 X ranks and finished off at about 2,300 in 3 X ranks, still working on their 4th X rank. And then there was me who was working on getting into S+0 in Clam Blitz and staying in S+0 and still am, though I'm staying there more often now. So a little bit of progress on my end, not too much. All right, we finally have both.
So it looks like, yeah, looks like we're about ready. And for those who aren't paying attention to the stream, they certainly have a very interesting choice of emergency sub, one who we all know and definitely do not love.
Well, they're allowing this game to go off, so I love them. Okay. They're allowing. So, between Outcast Ninjas and Deadlock, which side are you going to cheer for?
Honestly, Jorian is kind of, my co-worker in the commentating area, so I feel like I'm kind of inclined to work for him, but ever since he changed his PFP, I'm kind of leaning toward Deadlock now.
All right, well
I know really weird reasons, but...
Well, I don't know who I want to cheer for. I mean, Outcast Ninjas is undefeated, but Deadlock killed it earlier. Deadlock did freaking amazing, and I was impressed.
Yeah, I was impressed too. I'll be honest, it was more sadness than impressed because I definitely root for Astro, whenever they go up in a tournament
All
or
right,
even a scrim, I always root for them.
Well, it looks like both teams are ready, so if you want to press that button, we will get this started. We will get Rainmaker at Starfish on the road. Oh, Rainmaker, I'm so happy.
Yes.
Have to adjust the scores back from last match because nobody has anything yet.
That will certainly change, and it could change in less than a minute because we're about to go for some Rainmaker Starfish.
Ninjas in the green, Deadlock in the pinkle. Never quite sure all that color.
All right.
And
so, Ika, do you want to do the play-by-play?
Go for it. We'll just do it as it comes. We've got They're popped already, and one person down on each. Oh, ouch! 3 down.
Jorian. And that's a wipe. Right now, we can see Jorian's kill was definitely clutch, and he does have that armor ready. He's popping it as soon as he gets it.
Yeah, they could make an immediate win here, but they're just trying to. No!
Oh!
Stop. Gold chart.
Alright, nice trade by Jorian.
Oh, but
That's
they're
a wipe.
wiped again. They're.
Oh!
Oh!
Down at the 1.
Deadlock, you've got to stop this. That is not.
Booyah bomb coming out. It's not gonna happen though. Okay, 52.
I mean, that wasn't the fastest wipeout I've seen in Rainmaker, but
It was one of them.
that was Outcast Ninjas showing why they are currently undefeated in the standings. They have clearly displayed why they are number 1 right now. And boy, do they want to keep it.
Yes.
Inkblot TC will be next, but that was. They got the team wipe. They made a very nice run for it. They got a fair distance in, and then they got stopped. But when they got stopped, they took so many people out with them that they had another team wipe. And then that was the that happened just bam, bam, bam. Almost too fast for us to realize what was going on. They almost got it. They were stopped at 1, so Deadlock had a chance, but as soon as they popped the Rainmaker, a Booyah Bomb dropped down on it. So Booyah Bomb, they could not be in that Booyah Bomb. They could not be in there. They could not be. And so they picked, because they hadn't taken out all of Outcast Ninjas before popping that Rainmaker shield, or with that Rainmaker shield, they used that Booyah Bomb to get right back in there and slam dunk before Deadlock knew how to respond. I don't know how I handled that myself.
Yeah, I feel like, they made just a really risky call, because if they hadn't, gotten that Booyah Bomb at the right time, that wouldn't have been, going from 24 to KO. That would have been a team wipe feed and the potential for a very quick run back. But it's one of those high risk, high reward things, and they got a very high reward.
Yeah, that's been Outcast Ninjas pretty much the whole time. They've been pushing and pushing and pushing every time they've got the chance. And that was someone in the stream chat saying, somebody clip that. I can't do that. My stream is just saying there is network error the whole time because I'm also streaming and doing stuff. I can't clip it. I'm betting one of our people did out there, because we have people who are working on media and they're frankly awesome. But that was not quite short enough to clip it on the Switch, which I have seen matches that are that short. But it was certainly one and done, wham bam, you're out of here. We are not playing games. We're destroying you today. Yes, somebody did.
Yep.
Somebody did clip it.
Nice. Wham bam eat canned ham is what I like to say after an especially fast Rainmaker, because it's incredibly ridiculous, just like canned ham.
I don't think I've ever had canned ham.
You aren't missing out on anything at all.
Okay,
you are not missing out on anything.
Somebody left the lobby on them to come back. I don't think it was DC. Okay, Deadlock had one members come in, but they are speed running the news in play rather than have a team that's more subs than players. Well,
that's a good idea.
They're all players, but I see after that sort of smack to the face that they would want more people. We just had a new follower. Some call me Blue. Should I call you Green? Thank you for the follow. Thank you for the follow, person who may or may not be called Blue.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I have to be silly about it. Alert didn't show up. I'm sorry. I've got the alerts here. I've been trying to make them show up. I don't know why they don't show up. They make noise.
They do make noise.
At some point, they should actually do what they're supposed to do.
At some point.
That Rainmaker match was just like bam, 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 bam. Everything's done. Everyone's dead. We're done here. Next. And next will be tower control at Inkblot, which is... It's a little bit harder to speedrun tower control.
Yeah, you are definitely right about that. So, but I mean, if anyone could find a way to do it, it would be Outcast Ninjas, no doubt.
I still think Deadlock can do this. I root for the underdog as a matter of course. That is half my existence. I like seeing the people who are behind come back and kick all of the butts. So Deadlock still has a chance and hopefully still can do it. And
Right, let's get ready for Inkblot Tower Control.
yep. Because we've got both teams in the lobby now. We are going to have a great game here. And hopefully Deadlock is going to take it and laugh in the face of Outcast Ninja's hope for a sweep.
Hey.
They're choosing their weapons, taking their time, looking at things, going, what can we use? Outcast's going and looking, what can we use to beat down Deadlock again? And Deadlock's going, what can we use to destroy those ninjas? For the record, if you really want to destroy ninjas, you need some pirates. But we don't have any pirates here. We have Deadlock, and they are going to be doing some absolute destruction in tower control.
Here we go.
We have ninjas in the green, Deadlock in the orange. Let's take a look at those team comps.
We can see that double armor coming from Deadlock, and that will be interesting.
That double armor on tower control lets you hang on to tower a little faster, lets you do... Wow, that was fast. Might be what they need
Yeah, it was.
to push here. But they were down 2, and Outcast is making the first push already. Trying to get past that first checkpoint with everyone shooting at them, and not quite, not yet. Shins took the tower, though, and they got it right back out. But they might not be able to push any further. They're down 2, still down 2, spawning. Deadlock is going for it with the specials.
We can see Dan getting 1 kill, but getting taken out by the Junior, but Jorian taken out as well, so that's unfortunate.
But I think we'll have a lead change here. Yes, we do. Deadlock's changing people, and that's all they needed to do. They've got their Splatling on the tower saying, "Splat." Oh.
Yep. Fusion with that bad armor pop. That was just a waste of an armor. It hurts to see it. Actually, maybe that's just my eyeglasses prescription, but I don't know.
Well,
Jorian taking out the brush right there. But that K-Pro finished the job. Nice.
Well, they got back 2 checkpoints. That's not a comfortable lead because there's still over 3 minutes left anyone's game, and a lot of death can still happen. And probably will.
Yep, and it already has because there was 2 down on the side of Deadlock.
Yep, very nice splash down there, taking people out. Shins is going, I've got dualies and I know how to use them. Soon as that blaster hits somebody, they get off that tower. But they know they've got the numbers advantage, and this is the time for them to push, so they're doing just that. But they have to get past that checkpoint, and getting past a checkpoint when you hire a team after you, and you're basically in their spawn when you're over there, is not easy. 3 down on ninjas, and that tower... That's the thing about tower control. You can have a good time for a push. A push takes a long time no matter what you do. That tower can't...
Yeah.
Armor, hammer...
Oh, hammer goes down right there.
But they got a double out of it.
Oh, that splashdown got twittered mid-air.
Ouch.
That was something.
One side, 2 on the other. They are...
We can see Nathan going in for the... Wait, never mind. That's his spawn. He is not going in for the flank.
Shins is just keeping up some pressure over there, going, no one can take that route. Join their teammates, going, what can we do here? Winter looks like they're going for a little flank, trying to keep them attention.
Yep. Nathan is going to pop that armor any second, and as I'm saying it, he pops their armor.
Oh, 3 down on
Deadlock's
Deadlock's side.
That is a lead change.
Both sides cleared the second checkpoint. We've got a Booyah Bomb incoming, which...
Successfully fires, unable to be twittered.
May have been a trade, but when you've got me that far into your base, a trade isn't quite good enough.
It is not.
Deadlock can still do this. There's no checkpoint separating them, just some tower riding. And that is always something you can do. They've got quite some ground to cover, and like I said before, that's the thing about tower control. You can't hurry the tower.
You absolutely cannot. And because one of the things about tower control, especially Inkblot, is once you have a lead like this, it's so hard to get it back because you have to go all the way into the spawn. And we can see Dan popping the hammer there, but gets twittered by the K-Pro. Or the 96 Scout, excuse me.
Yeah. Anytime you push up with a wipe, you have to continually get more picks, more wipes to keep that lead. Because, one down, another down, another down. They're just killing each other. We've got an ink bath going on.
We certainly do, but right now, Outcast Ninjas comes out on the top of it. And something I didn't touch on earlier is how Outcast Ninjas is using that no backline comp, instead going for double armor to keep up the pressure, and now Outcast Ninjas is the 1-2 down.
Well, let's hope that Deadlock can keep it, because Deadlock right now has the tower, but they have to keep it. Get to that checkpoint, and nope.
Fusion goes down, and that'll be game.
That was the game. They couldn't keep the tower long enough to make that last push. And they were doing so well, too. So well. And then just couldn't quite keep it at the end. Skipper Zones is the next map, but I want to talk about that first thing for a little while longer first, because...
Of course, yeah.
It was, Deadlock had it for such a long time, and then they got wiped. And I think they panicked after that wipe, because that wipe, they never quite recovered from it.
Yeah, and
they got wiped again, they lost the lead, and they couldn't come back.
Yeah. I feel like that this, at the beginning, well, at the 3-minute mark, you said, well, it could still be anyone's game, and just look at us now.
Yep.
It has just, been anyone's game, specifically Outcast Ninjas.
That's the
thing about Outcast Ninjas. They don't just take the lead from you. They tear out your heart and eat it with a glass of wine.
It's a good thing squids have several hearts, then.
I thought that was octopi.
Nope, both.
I'll Google it later. Yeah.
Still,
I'll Google it later, I'm pretty sure.
That doesn't sound like it would be a very tasty meal, but it certainly seems like one that they take with relish and possibly mustard.
Yeah. I can say from experience it is a tasty meal.
I'm not sure I want to
continue
the conversation. In any case, that was certainly...
Yeah, neither do I.
I would say that pushing up to checkpoint 2 and past checkpoint 2, if there was a minute left or even a minute and a half when the other team wasn't at checkpoint 2, that would probably be a reasonably safe lead at that map and mode. Because the further you push into the enemy spawn, the more firepower they hit you with, especially on that map where that you've got the tree, you've got that side area, you have the snipe, you have so many ways for people to stand next to the tower and go, I'm killing you now. I am splatting you with everything I've got, and I am going to enjoy it.
Yeah.
But because they had those 3 minutes and they had that time, they had the time to sit back, take a deep breath in and out, breathe, and just go for it once they had their opportunity.
Yeah.
Rushing is such a big problem in the lower levels, and I think that's what caused Deadlock's downfall in this second half. Because when they got wiped, they panicked and they couldn't recover.
Yeah.
Hopefully that won't happen again. Because I want to see Deadlock make the ninjas nervous.
And it might happen. We can see Dan is taking a while to choose his weapon, so that might be a weapon change. So
or it
something to
could be.
watch out for.
All right, well, you
Oh,
press up.
and he readies
You will
up.
get on the. We can.
Yeah, he heard me
Black
talking
Zones
about
match.
how something could be up, and he just hates me that much that he wants to make me look wrong.
Oh, I'm sure he does. Okay, I don't know enough about that.
That was a joke.
Never mind.
That was a joke. It was a joke. Dan
All
does
right.
not hate me that much.
Ninjas in the
Only a little bit.
orange. Ninjas in the orange. Deadlock in the purple. And let's take a look at those comps. No back.
We can already see Winter. Oh, the trade there.
That took all of 10 seconds for the first trade.
Yep, and we can see that armor goes in, and already it's been gone already.
Yep. We've got
Outcast Ninjas has gotten the zone, and it looks like Deadlock is gonna get the push back in, but nope. Outcast Ninjas says, no you.
And they say, yes, we've got a Booyah Bomb. You can't argue with a Booyah Bomb. You can try, you'll lose.
But right now, Deadlock...
Squasher. And, oh, very nice pick by Fusion there.
Yeah.
Both sides down to another pick by Fusion. Got Winter, got Shins. Really saying, no, you don't even close to my zone. This is mine. And that's a lead change.
That certainly is. And Fusion here just being the MVP, but here comes that Booyah Bomb and the miss! I don't know what he was aiming for, but he didn't hit anything.
I think he was...
I think that...
All right. Jump back spawn.
But he could have at least thrown it at Fusion. And that penalty is being wiped away, so we could see a lead change here.
We could.
I think that Blue needs to borrow my eyeglasses, because he is having trouble aiming that Booyah Bomb. Speaking of, another one coming out onto the zone, and it will not
quite cap it. We had another lead change there. Outcast's got it again, and Deadlock is going. Can we get it back, please? Yes,
Blue gets the pick. He has a chance for a double right now, and he almost gets it.
Nope, Shin stopped it. They've got a penalty now, but they're chewing through that.
Yeah, they are just...
like you said earlier,
like a well-oiled machine.
Like you said earlier, it's very easy to lock people out on this map. Oh, very nice splat there by Nathan. They're moving in both directions, going... Nope. Yep. Now,
Blue is camping that jump, and he does get the kill on that jump. Good awareness by him. He gets the double! Oh, there's the Octobrush. Will he get the triple?
Deadlock's down 2 players, and that timer is going down, 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 to, down below 10 now. And Outcast has armor. I think this might be an end of it. Yep.
Celebrate Booyah more than anything. And that is another win for Outcast.
I just realized I forgot to make these counters go up to 4. That is a small realize, but that is certainly a thing I just realized. Oh well, in any case, that had so much back and forth. Anchovy Clams is next, but that had so much back and forth. They were just going each other's throats, going, hi, I'm going to splat you. No, I'm going to splat you. No, I'm going to splat you. And no one could actually play nice. Not that we wanted them to play nice. That is, after all, happy fun murder times there.
The whole point of why you guys watch WTP is so underage squids get to murder each other.
Yeah, that seems fair. Was there a DC there? Someone in the chat saying something about
DC.
Someone in the chat said something about it. I didn't notice it, but... And... There might also be a button. I'm not entirely sure. Somebody
didn't notice it either. Yeah.
All right. Anyone say something? No one's saying anything about it, so I'm assuming we're safe to go on to Clam Blitz and Anchovy, because if there was DC, it must
Right.
be right at
Yeah.
the end. Oh, last second they're saying. It's like, if
well, based on
commentators missed it. If it did happen both,
yeah, and honestly,
and we were keeping a pretty close eye on they're down 2, they're down 3.
Right. Honestly, it doesn't even matter because they were past the DC rules.
Yep. Late enough into the game that it didn't matter, but okay. Deadlock reverse sweep time. Clam Blitz, you have this. Your Clam's performance earlier was A+. You take this match.
I would say more.
Outcast ninjas in the eye.
X rank than A+.
You take.
Yeah.
You look those ninjas in the eye. You squirt them with ink in their eyes, and then you walk past them with the powder clam and throw it in and get that win. You can do this, Deadlock.
Exactly.
It's time for a reverse sweep.
Well, I mean, it has happened before, so
it's happened before. It could happen again.
Yeah.
I want to see 7 games here. I want to actually be staring at this going, no one can tell who won because I have 3-3 on my screen and I forgot to make 4 a possibility. Because all of my preparations and I forgot this went to 7. Had to be one thing I forgot. All right. Let's go. Let's make those clams squirm. Deadlock, you can do this. Get me to a game 7. We're going to have Outcast Ninjas in the blue, Deadlock in the green, and they are off.
Yeah, we can see Dan coming out with that K-Pro. We don't see that too often, but right now they are already close to building up a power clan. Both teams are. And it looks like they're trying. Dan already has... I don't know what's going on Deadlock because they're all throwing clams to each other. It's kind of weird to watch. Meanwhile, Outcast Ninja says, you know what, you keep doing that. We're going to build a power clam, and they
get
die.
stopped. And they're going to get stopped. They're still trying to...
That's the thing that we...
I think they did rescue the
power
power
clam. That's the thing that we said about anchovy clams. It's very hard to score. I don't know why Dan didn't pick up those clams. It would have been very easy, but...
Well, lots of possibilities. Right now...
Lots of possibilities.
Oh, the person with the most clams must have gone down, but they're right back up on Deadlock's side. Both sides pretty even.
Yeah.
No one...
And suddenly the clams lead goes to Deadlock.
No,
oh, and that booyah comes out. Will it be twittered? It will not.
Alright, Outcast's got the armor. Outcast's got a clam. They're trying something, but I don't know if they're actually going to anywhere with it. They're just trying to survive. They've only got 11 clams total, though. That's not much of a push. And whichever path they take, as soon as they take it...
On Anchovy, any push that works is a good push. As long as you get the "we broke their barrier" message, that's a good push.
That's true. I've had games where the only score was in overtime here.
Yeah, from those 80-100 games.
Very nice double on blue. Outcast going for their push. And they've got a lot of clams there, and they're...
Yep, and it's just going in.
Oh, Jorian...
Oh, and Jorian goes down. Oh, Dan gets the triple kill. Will he get the quad? Whoa.
No, looks like they're running away.
He is trash. Kidding. He's not trash. He's
very
good.
We had people running for their...
Yeah. Oh, and blue goes down as a delayed thing. Deadlock saying, "This is for Dan. He should have gotten that quad," or maybe he just saw an easy pick. I don't know because I'm not into VC.
Nope. Ah,
Right.
there is just so
And
much.
speaking of, Deadlock trying to get an opening on that power clam, but Fusion can't get the kill, and now he can.
I'm just every time the screen changes, else dies here. I'm afraid to come.
Every time.
As soon as I say something, they are going to die.
Commentator's curse.
Looks like Deadlock is getting people together, and they are shooting a fair amount, throwing everything. Booyah coming in. They want to push.
Oh, and we can see that notice coming from. Wait, never mind. That's just my low battery. We can see Fusion popping that baller, perhaps a bit preemptively, and he goes down to the splat bomb because of it.
Nope, didn't lose the power clam though. One of their teammates was right there ready to pick it up.
Yeah.
And they still got enough clams that if they want to, they can make it quite a nice push. But they've got to get
possibly take the lead here. Nathan popping that armor. And getting the kill on Jorian. They're 3 down. This is prime push position.
This is your time.
Oh, and that clam misses. He missed.
Missed, but the other person came in, and they rescue that first.
Oh, they're wiped.
That they cannot. Oh, it was this close to being a wonderful push, but now they're here. Less than a minute left. No clams, no power clams. They've got to build up a power clam in under a minute, and they get enough going to get over that penalty. And okay,
Yeah, it is worth noting both teams are running a double armor here. I feel like it's changed from a joke thing to something that most teams do, and I'm happy about that. And speaking of, we can see Fusion popping that baller and not quite getting the kill there. Oh, the Explosion.
Are they trying
that
to
will be
the
a
end?
push?
They're trying to
Yes, they are.
the end. Oh,
yes, they are.
If they'd had another 10 seconds, they would have triple clammed it too.
They definitely would have.
That was... Holy crud, that was a match.
Yeah.
Holy crud, that was a match.
That certainly was entertaining.
Well, Ninjas
will be moving on. It's a 4-0, baby.
Ninjas, you did awesome.
Yeah.
There's no other way to say it. They are going on to the finals. And next up, we have Eclipse versus Mirkwood. So I'm going to take a moment to adjust things for the next match because I'm still just going holy crud.
Yeah.
And over again because that was, as I've been saying yet again, holy crud.